So labels can be very positive or very negative, and they can be very influencing. Okay? And kids can be really mean. Some adults can be mean, but kids can be mean. Nobody here's ever been teased. Might have been this morning already. I don't know. They just be college students too. But especially kids that are developing their identity, through elementary school, junior high age is huge. Kind of middle school, junior high age is kind of brutal. It really is. And it's where a lot of people determine who they are, how they think they can function and relate with other people. They pick up their identity. And it's also a very cruel time because they're all kind of vying for, the upper hand. I've got to be the best. I've got to be better than you. I have to be more popular than you. So if I have to be more popular than you, then I'm going to make you look bad or feel bad. And so that's why parenting is so important. If a child feels a real sense of security at home, it's easier to resist that labeling at those ages. And more than that, I hope a lot of you can identify with the fact that when you became a Christian, your identity changed. That's what happened to me. I went through some roller coasters in my young life, and so that's why I'm so weird, in case you're wondering. That's one reason. Like in elementary school, I was pretty popular. I got elected to a lot of things. In 6th grade, I was kind of whatever you could be elected to, I was elected to. Then I went to junior high school, which was in a school with 7 through 12. Okay, so suddenly I was the bottom of the rung instead of the top. And the school culture that I grew up in, or the culture for our group, guys fought, okay? And if you didn't, and that was kind of where your identity was, if you backed down from a fight, that was, you were just nobody. And, I was skinny enough to be used as a skeleton in biology class, so it wasn't like I was, the most intimidating person in the world, but typically if there was a fight, I had to try to do what I could do, and I got to where I could do fairly well at times. And but there was one day in PE class when a guy, he was bigger than me, nearly everybody was, and but he really wasn't a guy that scared me. He wasn't Mr. Tough Guy. Big isn't necessarily tough. I've seen some really tough small guys, okay? And but he started pushing me around, and I wasn't afraid of him. Now, there were people there I was afraid of, but he wasn't one of them. But I was scared to death of the teacher. That was back in the days when abuse was very permissible and acceptable and approved. And they had paddles that they would hold with 2 hands and swing like a ball bat, and I'm not exaggerating. And they drill holes in them to add the effect, And it didn't matter if they bruised you. That was expected. And we had a joke about this guy. The first swat would make you red, the second one would make blisters, the third one would break them. And that was and I was scared of this guy. And I said, no way am I going to get in a fight in here. You know what my buddies did? Started mocking me. I can't believe you backed down from him. It didn't matter what I said. And all of a sudden, the 7th grade guy became the outsider. Couldn't even hang out with these guys because I walked away from the fight. Didn't matter. And I should have gone hunting them up and, one of us get whipped after that, which I did one other time, but not this time. And, but that, so you kind of you bounce around, and then all of a sudden, the label changed on me. It made a huge difference in my life. And I started giving into this thing of, I'm going to get back in. And so what do you do if you're trying to get back into the crowd? You start trying to please the crowd. And my identity was being determined by the crowd, my peers.